All right, can anybody hear me now? I took my mic off. I think the mic was going dead every time. So hopefully you can hear this now. Uh, First time I went live, I had explained what we were making, and it was the rice pizza by Easy and Tasty. And they have a video that is got like almost 9 million views in a couple of months, and the comments are hilarious. So I'm like, I gotta make a video and try to make this pizza to see what it really tastes like. Um, so hopefully everybody can hear me now. And while I was trying to get everything going, the rice is already done. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir that up, and then we'll start making the other stuff. So yeah, the video and all the comments on it are hilarious. So we're gonna go ahead and we got this going, and fortunately I didn't mess up the rice because I almost forgot about it trying to get the audio going. But fortunately I saved it, and we're gonna go from there. So let's look at our video, and we're gonna use it as a guide since we're doing everything on the fly. Turn that down. So done this part already because that's the part I was doing trying to get the audio going. And let's get some salt. And yeah, see, I've done all that already. So let's go ahead and break our eggs up because that's what they're doing here. See, I was supposed to be making all this stuff while the rice was cooking, and then it would have been done and would have kept going. But that's how it be sometimes. So we'll make our eggs here. And eventually, I'll have it where I can stream and get everything going live. And I'm gonna try to get cameras up above and have everything going where you can see what I'm doing up above while I'm making the food. And also, I do got another little thing here that'll help me where it don't come completely off of me. So now it should follow me as I move around the room. That way it don't look too awkward with some dead space while I'm doing other stuff. And I'm also doing a few extra eggs since I'm trying to feed everybody with this recipe. And I'm not gonna make any changes to it. I'm gonna keep everything pretty much like they do on the video. Because like I said, the comments were hilarious. I'll probably read a few of them all. My favorite one is the first one. And the guy says the title of the video is "Rice with Eggs is Better Than Pizza." And he says he makes it all the time. But the first comment is, "I would strongly suggest you find a new pizza place." So that right there made me want to see what this would taste like. And that's what we're about to find out. Let's see what he did here. So he made his eggs. Let's go the other head a little forward. He added his seasoning now, so let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 4, 5. When I don't measure out my seasonings, what I'll do is I'll make a predictive guess on when I shake it. It's how much I will put on it for one person. So I got 6 eggs, so I shook it like I was doing it for 6 different people. So that way I can keep it judged on how and not over season it. That way I can keep it where it don't over season it by mixing it all up. So I got the pepper. Let's see, I think he put a little, did he put any garlic in this one, or did he just make the cheese? No, he just put salt and pepper. Let's go back here. There's the pepper. Oh, yep, there's the garlic. Okay. So let's go ahead and mix that garlic in there. And let me see if I can get this thing to get a little closer and zoom in where you can see what I'm doing. The app tries to track me a certain way. Let's see if it'll get closer, and it might not let me. So let's get the something to scramble this up with. Let's see. Just get plain old fork. And when I get some more stuff going, I'll go ahead and find a few little interesting facts about this, so we can throw that in for our little fun food facts that I've mentioned in some of my other videos. I got a few up here that we'll cover. Maybe later on when we got something a little slow happening. So now, let's mix our eggs up. And let's see. Now he's chopping up the onions. So let's go ahead and get that going. Let's move over here and go from there. I don't know if it's going to let me see us doing this. Yeah. So now, these probably add a little bite to whatever we're doing. I don't use these a lot, but I see a lot of chefs and everybody using them and mixing them up in their food. So they must make some kind of difference in reference to flavor. I usually stick with basic, plain old onions. These things are rolling all over the place. We'll have enough here for ours and see what it adds to it. They got a nice smell to them, but no matter what I'm doing here, I still can't see this being better than pizza. But hey, if we make it now and then see what it tastes like, we might make our own version of it if this is just mediocre. That's enough of that. Slide on over here. And I think he mixes this up in the bowl. So let's see. Might leave that out here again. Let's see what he does. Chop his leeks up. Oh, well, he got them really fine. Maybe I'll do some more chopping on it. And then mix it up. Let's do a couple of more dices on that and see what we got here. So, it might make a difference. And you probably don't want a big bunch of these in there anyway. And I'm not going to put all of these in there because he didn't use a crazy amount. Stir this up and see what it looks like. Probably add, let's see. You can do it a little more. Just go ahead and mix most of it up in there. And then I just thought about something. Still got to add some tomatoes and stuff from what I remember from the video. Let's not put that in there. I think it'll add enough little kick the way it is. Let's see what they got now. Yep, tomatoes the next thing. See how he dices that up. Oh, he's doing a fancy little cut that I'm just gonna make sure it's squares. Alright, so let's do that. I'll go ahead and put this over here. I don't know if those can be saved. I kind of doubt it. But I might find out later, so I'm just going to put it over here. And we'll see what happens. If I can save them, I might use them for something another day, as long as they stay good. Let's get our tomato out. Need to rinse this off. Yeah, tomatoes is one of them things that a lot of people grow themselves, and I probably should get around to doing that since it's such an easy item to just grow at home, and they say the fresh ones are the best ones. So it might be a good thing to do. Keep my slicing simple, at least for today anyway. Might try that technique another day. Looked like it was probably easier when you know how to do it. You don't have to make as many cuts. Alright. Getting there. I was thinking that when you do something like a pizza, figure out next future ingredient might be some kind of actual sauce, but I also can't imagine pizza sauce and eggs. So yeah, that'll be a interesting thing to see. I think those are chopped up enough. Alright. And see what we got here on the next one. If any of y'all out there do your own thing, let me know. See how you like growing your own stuff and enjoying that kind of thing. So now we got to get our yogurt out. So let's try that. That seemed like a weird combination to me, is the yogurt. And I think we got one mistake already that I made. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to get plain yogurt. And I think I accidentally clicked vanilla yogurt and went and picked it up. So let's mix that up. Yeah, and I think it was a 2/3 a cup of yogurt, at least from what I was measuring when I looked at it. So let's see what this turns out to be. So, half a cup. Yeah, this is our 2/3 one right here. yogurt thing was a unique twist on it too. Don't know what that one's for, but we're gonna find out. Rewind it here. All he did was mix that up in there. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. But if it's good, we can add it to our repertoire for a cheap and easy meal, because this is not a lot of money to make this. Yeah, this is mixed up a lot more than this. So I'm gonna keep mixing until it kind of looks like what he has here on the screen. It's real creamy and smooth. We're almost getting there. Alright. Let's see what he did. I think all he did was rice was already cooked up and he just poured it on top. Let's do that. I don't know if you'll be able to see that the way it tracks me. Let's get our rice spread back out here. Try to keep it where it stays on the complete bottom too, because I think I noticed how he made sure that it was, the rice was the main thing on the bottom to keep it as its crust, so to speak. All right. Spread it out. Alright. So man, what did you say do after this? Spread up, pretty sure we'll have to turn that on. Doesn't tell us the temperature. I do know. Set it on there, like so. We covered it for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to press that in there a little more, because I think that's what he did as well while I was doing a little cooking. I'm trying to figure out how that's going to cook in there. So we're going to find out. Yeah. Well, somehow he just took this whole thing and flipped it over. So it's almost like a rice quiche kind of thing. We'll see. Where's that there? Yes, it's going in there a little bit more. Let's make sure, because now the next thing is going to be flipping it over. Add here. Let's replay it again. So now we might be in one of those little waiting periods. And so now I got a couple of little facts we can talk about. I'm gonna try to get this to show you what we're working with. Might just take the camera off for a minute. And that's what we got for right now. Let's see, I gotta get used to this selfie cam. There we go. And that's what we're working with. So now we're going to see about maybe 8 to 10 minutes from now. Set a little timer. Set it for 9 minutes. So now, since we're fixing rice, let's talk about some rice. A couple of little notes I got here. One of them is obviously rice is a extremely popular dish and item for people to eat. It is the second most produced grain in the world, and it is grown on every continent except Antarctica. Kind of hard to grow anything there. The benefit of rice is it's gluten-free. So if you have any issues there, you don't have to worry about it bothering you. Obviously, it has a long shelf life. One thing I didn't know, I mean, I knew it could last a while, but this says uncooked white rice can last decades, while brown rice only lasts for a few months. But I did not know it could last for decades. It's a good energy source for your body. It says it's good carbohydrates and quick energy, but soon can lead to hunger after you eat it. Well, that explains why you're always hungry after you leave the Chinese restaurant right after you eat. There's also it's a very versatile ingredient. It says it's used in everything from sushi to beauty products. So I didn't know that. So that would be an interesting thing. It also says rice is an important crop for the global economy. 500 million tons are produced a year. That's a lot of weight in rice, because rice don't weigh nothing. And this other cool thing that I have looked up here is when you think about rice, you might think white rice, brown rice, jasmine, whatever the one is that begins with a B. Is it basadi? But in my head, I can't come up with more than 4 or 5. And then even if you walk in the store, you might see maybe 10 at the most or something like that. According to Google, there are over 120,000 different varieties of rice. I don't even know how that's possible. But it says here that each one has its own unique flavors, textures, and starch components. So, hey, I don't know if you could get around to trying all 120,000, but that's a lot of different kinds of rice. So, it might be neat to find out if we can get a hold of some of those and see if they make a difference. And still got about 4 minutes to go. So what we're going to do is come over here. I got to get ready to figure out how to flip it, because what he did was put the plate right on top of it and turn it over. Let's see here. What is that comment there? Say textures again, but slow. Textures. That's probably better, isn't it? Let's see here. I gotta come on back up here, camera. And I got a big plate here that might work. Be able to flip this over. So I put it in a pretty large skillet, because everybody's supposed to eat it if it tastes all right. still cooking. So we might need to see if we can find out a few more things about some rice here, or wonder what other thing we can look up in these next 3 or 4 minutes we got while this is cooking. So let's see, what are we cooking? We're cooking rice, eggs, leeks, tomatoes. I forgot, I was supposed to be fixing some spinach. So I got 4 minutes to try to get that going. Let's see if we can do that. Alright, got all of them. While that's going, throw a little olive oil and rice vinegar oil in there. These probably won't take that long. Got that. Throw that on there. And back in here. Get a little water for the spinach. And we're going to need some butter. And this should be our main little bottom mixture for our spinach. Go ahead and cut us up a piece and drop in there. Let that heat up for a little bit. And then let's get our salt and pepper ready. Gonna use some of this rose vinegar oil. This stuff is awesome. It adds such a nice little kick, a little sweet, just a nice little flavor enhancer. I use it in a whole lot of stuff that I fix. Let's get this stirred up. 2 minutes on our stop there. It's getting there. It's about to be done. So we'll go do that. I'll be flipping it soon. Turn it down just a little bit. It smells interesting. It's probably because I got that vanilla in it. It's not supposed to be in there. Yeah, this is going to be a real interesting test for our test kitchen. Let's go ahead and pull that video back up, because I'm starting to smell that it's probably all finished up. So let's see here. So I think all he did was flip it over, and that was it. So let's see here. So right here. Cook it, doing that. Put a little edge on it. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to watch. All right. We still got a little bit. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit longer. I'll go ahead and pour the spinach in here since this is heated up. Got that going. So our timer for it. I'll give it a few more minutes. The top of it was still sizzling a little bit, wasn't all the way done. Salt on here. Some pepper. A little bit of this vinegar. Alright. You find the top to that. And I'm back. Oh, follow me. There you go. So we got that going. Let that heat up. Now, let's get a fork, see if we can get a bit better judge of it. Don't know why that turned up so loud. All right. See what we got here. Oh no. Let's see. Let me take this off here. Let's see what we got here. I think it's close to done. Yeah, I think we got it there. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds. Then I'm gonna try to flip it over. Let's stir the spinach up real quick. Go ahead and put some onion powder and stuff in this spinach. Add a little more flavor to it. Garlic powder and onion. Let's see, right here. I think we're ready to see what's on the other side of this. We'll go ahead and wash this off. Got another spatula. Let's just use this one. See if it's as easy as he made it look. Let's move over here. Might have to just adjust my camera. It's not gonna let me see it. I'll back it back up so y'all can see this. Go good or go bad? See, it's probably good as I can get it. I'm gonna go at a different angle, that way it'll, there we go. All right, let's see. How hot is that? Yeah, let's get a little hand protection here, just in case. Interesting. He's slid it back in the pan though, didn't he? Let's check. Yeah, he put it back in there. Don't know why, maybe it's to heat it up. So let's do it. No, I bet it's for the cheese. So let's see here. Yep, he shredded some cheese on there. That's the only other thing I didn't get. Maybe the Parmesan might make a difference. I think that's all he did. So yep, put the cheese on top, let it cook for 4 or 5 minutes. And he finished it off with some parsley. So let's do that. I guess it's not fair to compare cheddar to Parmesan, so that's my bad on that. Let's spread that out. And I can't go wrong with more cheese, so let's get a little bit more. But I do have some mozzarella cheese sticks, which is a little closer. Hey, let's chop it up and stick it on there. Got a little shredder. Let's use that. Where's that thing at? I can find it before this thing keeps cooking. There it is. Alright. Oh yeah. You doing something now? Yeah. Yeah. Almost looks just like his now. That big chunk up there. All right. Give that about 3 or 4 minutes. It was already cooking a little bit. I think he's only doing this to heat that cheese up. This is going good. And these are done. This is all done in one go. Might as well get a little taste while we're here. A little bit more salt. And a little more of the vinegar. Stir that up. That cook, then I'll taste that again. It's been about 2 minutes. We'll give it 1 more minute. Give it 2 more minutes. And it's gonna be about it. We're about getting there. sizzling good. Might have flipped it over to kind of finish off that egg a little bit on the bottom. Maybe give it a little crunch. And stir this up again. Yeah, that's right there. Pretty good. Turn that off. I think we might be able to call it. Let's go ahead and take this off here. Alright, well, appreciate that. That's what we got right there. So let's turn it off. That. And back around. I think my little device is fighting me. Here we go. Alright. Slide it off on the plate. Oh, you know what? Let's get the cutting board, slide it off on that. And we're gonna find out definitely if it's yummy. We also ain't gonna try to act like it's yummy when it's not. Change my mind, we'll just go ahead and get rid of these. Alright. Well, let's take this off again, show what we got. Yeah, it looks interesting, that's for sure. And gonna see what we got. I'm gonna get a. You hear all that racket? It's my daughter. See what we got. Let's zoom in on it again for the cut. See what we got here. Whoa, don't want to lose it. Alright. And yeah, it's kind of holding together, not kind of like a pizza. Kind of reminds me of quiche though. Alright, there we go. See what we got. Still hot. Ooh. This is definitely a test kitchen. I won't call it a fail. But I know for a fact one of the biggest issues was that vanilla. So I think I'm tasting that in there. Texture is fine. Kind of tastes more like I can see the texture of the quiche type thing that I mentioned earlier, but definitely not better than pizza. Needs some more savory stuff going on in it. Like I said, I know the vanilla did not help it. And even then I can tell though it would pretty much taste like rice and eggs. So it needs some more oomph to it. So what I'll probably do at some point is we'll add our own little spin to it. And if everybody got any recommendations, hey, throw them in there, and I'm gonna post this at some point live, so it'll be a whole video, and it'll be out there after we're done doing the live. And that's pretty much it. So, as I usually say at the end of my other videos, is it tasty? This time, nah. But is it thrifty? Yeah. But no, this ain't ready for the lock in as for Mark's Thrifty Test Kitchen. So thank everybody for watching, and that's pretty much it. This was the easy and tasty rice pizza, and it was interesting. I can't blame all of them because I did probably get the wrong yogurt, but even then I think it'd be kind of hard to make it taste yummy unless you put some more spins on it. So that's pretty much it. Y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all watching.